Hello again, and welcome back to another daily technical analysis featuring Ethereum. Now, again, we're going to work our way from our daily time frames to the 4-hour and eventually to the 1 hour as well. Now, looking on the daily time frame as of right now, it does seem to be a little bit more bearish, even though the general outline is towards the upside. Right? We do have the uptrend going, the EMAs lining towards the upside, the rising in the pivot points, as well as the strong momentum. But I'm a little bit worried about the momentum as of right now and how the 4-hour might be playing out. As of right now on the daily, it doesn't seem like much can be happening. It could just simply be a break and retest of this daily R1, which would therefore bring the trend towards the continuation to the upside. And I guess you could say the momentum does facilitate that as well, but we're looking for some sort of reset to get below that 80 level and within that bullish territory in order to develop more power to push up further towards the upside. Similar idea for the RSI. It's still bullish above that 50 moving average, but we do want to be careful of that potential bearish divergence and the 4-hour play, right? The daily is overall bullish, but there's potentials of going back towards the downside. So we're going to hop right into the 4-hour time frame to see what it is that I'm meaning. Now, again, obviously most indicators are bullish when it comes to EMAs as well as the pivot points, but what worries me is the price action as well as the momentum, right? The RSI is below that 50 moving average and still trending towards the downside. Still has a lot more room to develop towards the downside. And the stochastics is also at that 4 o'clock angle expanding still yet downwards, right? So that these two are kind of weakening momentum indicators for the bulls. And let alone that, right? We have a head and shoulders potential here as well, right? I could potentially draw something like this, have a left shoulder, a head, and a right shoulder, so this would be a rising head and shoulders. But if I wanted to, I could redraw the neckline right up to here instead. What I would do is maybe even like this, right? It's really subjective because of this big dip right here for that the right shoulder, the right inside of the shoulder. But essentially, this is a potential head and shoulders. Now, we do want to see how it reacts to this lower level right here. And if we do break and close it, we want to be careful. Maybe this is the next neckline. And then if it does happen to break further down, we could see a significant drop from it. If we do it from here, we could see a drop back down to the previous level here, which is support at $3,200. Okay, but that is not until it is confirmed. And if we wanted to too, if this was the neckline instead, pull it right to the top, and we broke out maybe around here at the same time, it would come right to the HS1 instead, right? So we want to pay attention to the regions here, which one would be the actual neckline. It would potentially be confirmed if we get a body closure as well as strong volume to facilitate it. The reason I said this could be a potential head and shoulders is because the volume is confirming that downwards movement, right? From left to right, the volume is descending and it's contracting, and hopefully when we do break, whichever way, or if it does break towards the downside, we want to see volume exceed this trend line amount and therefore be higher than the rest. Okay, so that's why it's a little bit more bearish on the 4-hour time frames, which is transferring into that daily time frame too. And if we do happen to be continuing downwards, just looking at this target region, this could be a good level to have that reset in that daily momentum occur as well. Right now, if we consider the candle here on the daily, this could potentially be a topping candle, right? I think this would be a hanging man or inverted hammer, something along the lines of that. The name doesn't matter, but the understanding of what is going on matters, right? So potentially, if we do close below this body right here, then that could initiate that drop that we want to be concerned about. Okay, now until that does happen, we do have support levels to pay attention to. Okay, and that would include this HP, the hourly pivot at 3,400. We want to see how it reacts after there, and then again off the, I guess you can say the bottom right here at 3,400. And if we do continue the HS1 and the HS2 with this level in between, so we want to pay attention for that. Now towards the upside though, if we do start breaking towards the upside, we still have that the hourly R1 as the next level at 3,576, and then further up would be the HR2 at 3,664. And again, we still want to keep this Fibonacci channel in play because that is also a potential, right? Now, even though we do have this potential head and shoulders right here, we could see levels here to be played as well. So we want to pay attention to how this plays. As of right now, it's not really directive as to which way it is. We just got to wait for those confirmations to occur. Now moving on to the hourly time frame. It's a little bit more on the choppy side of things. So right now we did break. Oh, this is what I wanted to talk about. We had this symmetrical triangle in formation. We almost broke it, but there was no closure. And then now this candle, we obviously broke it to the downside. Now we are almost hitting that target, so it might not be likely to see a retest before coming back down. There could be a small one, but not likely to hit the bottom of that triangle again. So we want to pay attention to this to continue, even hitting 3,457. Right now the EMAs look a little choppy for the shorter time frames, so we can't really say much about that. But we do want to pay attention to see whether that downtrend forms for that continuation to the downside. Right, but that is it for this video. Hope you learned something from it. Please like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more videos like this one, and I will see you in the next one. Cheers.